We're back at Vescio's. It is early February and it is paint day. I feel like I'm at the maternity ward today. Anyways, it's been a lot of work, man. These guys have been hitting it hard. Long nights, weekends, they've been doing it all. Right now they're sealing the car inside, doing a couple final things. Bo and I are gonna go mix up some paint. We really haven't figured out the color yet. We've gone back and forth. He sprayed some samples. I went to go look at them. It was cloudy outside. Anyways, today we got to figure it out because today he's spraying it. And tomorrow, we're bringing it back to our shop and start putting this thing together because we don't have a lot of time left. So let's go check it out.
Hey Bo, your shop is really noisy.
That means things are getting done.
Okay, so Nick and Travis are in spray and sealer. And then we'll get in, and this is our color. This is the base color we're gonna use. The Galaxy Gray VCO3 pulse color. It's a base that they put underneath their candies, but we've painted a bunch of cars this color. It's pretty cool. It's pretty flaky and kind of glamoury. It's almost a little over the top for Greg, but what we're gonna do is we'll get a couple coats of this laid down, and then we're gonna tint this with some green pearl, basically to what Greg likes. We've got a little too green, we've got a little too gray, so we're gonna get in between, and he's gonna be right here just to look at it, and that'll give the final color. And we'll have a batch of that. We'll get the final couple coats on there, and then be ready to clear it. And then we'll have some left over, in case we need to do some touch-ups or paint some other parts later.
The gray we have, it's got a brown tint to it, and I'm just not into brown. So we're trying to add green pearl to give it that green tint. But if we add too much green, then it's greener than I want it. And if we don't put enough green in, then it's going to look brownish, kind of a brownish, goldish tint. This is one sample we did in gloss. Kind of dusty right now. Then we did it in satin here. We darkened it up a little bit by just putting more gray. And I like that, but I think we need to go a little bit darker yet. It's a little too green. You get this outside in the sunlight and it really lightens up quite a bit, so I'm gonna go a little bit darker. The trick is not to add a bunch of colors in trying to get your color. I think you got your base, and in this case, we're adding a pearl to it to change the color. You don't want to add a pearl and then like add black and anything else, because if you ever need to touch it up, it's going to be really hard to match. And even if you write it down and you measure it all out exact, it still never is the same. So we're just trying to make it simple and basic, because it is a race car, and you know what? It's probably going to get beat up after a little while. Chips, dings, rock chips, stuff like that. So just kind of looking out for the future.
What we'll do is this batch here, we'll start tinting, and then we can watch it as we go.
Yeah.
So when Nick gets back in here, we'll grab the pearl that he ended up using, and then we'll just do it a little at a time. But yeah, that's a good way to gauge it. But
Yeah.
Figure out what we're gonna, and we'll know sort of how much we're putting in there.
What are you going to do if the color doesn't turn out exactly the way you want it?
That's a really good question. We're pretty close right now. Bo's sprayed me a couple samples. They're a little lighter than I'd like. So I think that no matter what, I'm going to be happy with it. I do have something in my head that I want. Sometimes it's hard to get it out of my head and into reality, but you know, it's tough when you're actually mixing paint because it's not the same when it's in the can versus when you actually spray it and it dries and you bring it out in natural light. It's two different things. And I have a hard time visualizing wet paint and seeing what it's going to be like dry, because I don't do it every day. That's what these guys do. So I'll definitely lean on Bo for that, and I think we're pretty close, but we'll see. Looking at my newborn baby. Well, they kick us out. It's not really in the sun, is it? I think it looks good. It's hard to tell because it's in the shadows right now, but it's also very bright out today, if that makes any sense.
Very bright.
Heck yeah. Let's throw some parts at it, huh? Put this thing together. I think we're gonna use the winch, Brian. Looks totally different in here. Color does. A lot more green. Now we gotta bribe the boys with some donuts or something. Get this done. They gotta paint the black up here. Yeah, I'm happy.
Oh, looks great. It really plays to the contours. You get that dark look, and then the light contour from the. It really plays to the body. It looks great. I'm just so used to it being bare metal.
I know, it's hard to think it's the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's come a long ways.
Last time I was here, I was in this car. Drove it here.
That's right, Brian was saying, well, tell him the story, Brian.
Well, Greg was asking if I had been here before, and it's probably been 2 years. But on that day, we drove the Plymouth here to pick up some paint. And just drove it back in the container. I had no clue of the future plan of this. It was just, you know, kind of a, let's go for a ride.
Well, car's loaded up. We're gonna get it back to the shop, unload it, put it on the hoist, and start putting on parts. We're pretty much done with all the fabricating, but not completely. Get some stuff from the plater, powder coater, a lot of work. A lot of work in a short amount of time. 3 weeks to Detroit. Maybe we'll see you there, maybe not.